My comments, questions today are primarily for Mr. Spear, Mr. Gunther. Speak a little bit about trucking, some of the issues related specifically. Sorry, it's hard to see you around Mr. Owen's head right here. He's a big guy. I can barely see over there. Thanks, Burgess. I appreciate it. So talk about a couple of things on this. We identify it as an issue in this way. When you're looking at goods coming into port, and by the way, I'll pause and say I was glad to hear you talk about the 80,000 driver shortage. Not that I'm glad that exists, but I was glad to hear you speak about it. So we look at goods coming into port and say if those goods were taken out of port in some of these states, they could go from the place they were dropped off to somewhere else in the state, and you could have a CDL driver between the ages of 18 and 20. They, in some states, don't have to hit that 21-year-old threshold. But you can't have somebody take the goods out of port and then take them to somewhere else in the state if they don't reach that 21-year-old age threshold because of the interstate commerce that is associated with. So I certainly don't look at this as an issue that solves by any means everything that's going on with trucker and driver shortage. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that specifically as a lane, adjusting the age for bringing goods out of port to other places in the state for CDL drivers between the age of 18 and 21 to add a little bit to that workforce. Would love to hear your guys' comments on that.
Go ahead, please. No, please.
So thank you for that question, Congressman Mast. You know, as one of the largest container ports in the country and one that is served primarily by truckers, you know, we certainly, 99% of the volume that comes through our port is by truckers. Yeah, we live by the fact that we think truckers have a right to make a good living. So increasing the availability that we saw due to the pandemic, I think certainly adds to, and it's a good thing for moving cargo and commerce. We'd certainly support that. But somebody said earlier, you know, as long as they were certified and trained and doing whatever that, which I'm sure they would be, I think it would be any additional trucking workforce moving goods to and from our port would be welcome.
Thank you. Mr. Spear?
Yeah, I think the key word there is training. From our perspective, making certain that that block of talent can safely and responsibly operate the equipment, whether it's across state lines or not. We would want that in any of the 49 states. That was the beauty of the Drive Safe Act. I think you're working on legislation that is really intended to tap into this talent pool. And we have an aging workforce, higher than the national average. As they exit, if we do not replace, those drivers, that 78,000 is going to increase to 150,000 over the next 8 to 10 years. And that's unacceptable. Our ability to service this economy is going to be inhibited if we don't bring in new talent. So training them, leveraging technology, ensuring that they have the ability to competently operate this equipment and grow in our industry. The pay is remarkable. It's averaging around $70,000 with full benefits, without a college degree and all the debt that comes with it. So we believe that this is a viable workforce of the future if we can tap into that and compete. No differently than our military. And we train 18 to 20-year-olds to do the unthinkable. Hopefully they don't have to. I think we can teach young people, how to operate this equipment safely.
Yeah, Mr. Spear, I'll make one other quick comment on this, just reflectively, and if you have a response, by all means, give it. But we're the tradesman committee. We deal with building things vertically, horizontally, tradesmen of all kinds. If somebody were to get into, one of those trade programs to be a journeyman for XYZ coming right out of high school, fact of the matter is it's less likely that that's going to be their pursuit is into trucking and moving our goods. But if somebody has that same availability at the same level at that age, then you're probably going to get to capture more individuals instead of them moving to one of the other journeyman professions, hypothetically?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the apprenticeship program, the national apprenticeship program that was put forth by the Biden administration, we worked for 4 years with the Trump administration to produce this product. We finally got it done. This is the gold standard of training. Any company, any member of ours that amplifies apprenticeship programs that are nationally registered. That is the gold standard. It shows that that employer really is focused on training, giving that employee the skill sets that they're going to need to be successful long term. So I think replicating that is a no-brainer, and we're really pleased to have that National Register Apprenticeship Program up and running.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.